Hello Year 5. This week we're going to be looking at a book called Floodland by Marcus Sedgwick. It's a kind of science fiction where he imagines what would happen to England if sea levels rose as a result of climate change. It's been very well reviewed. It's supposed to be a very good book. I've not read it yet. If you go to Marcus Sedgwick's website, which I'll add the link to this at the end of the video, then he has read out loud this book. So I really recommend you listening to that. I certainly will be doing that too. So it starts off with an illustration, which is a wood graving. So that's something that you could think about. What is a wood graving? Why do people use wood gravings? What does it make you feel that it's a wood graving with just like very sort of clear lines and it's only black and white? Then at the end, they ask you to do an activity that actually we had already asked you to do. So they ask you to write down what you could do to prevent climate change. Well, we kind of asked you the same thing for one of our dip and do's, which I know quite a few of you have done. So you could do something different. Either you do that activity number 5, create it, or you could think about what is her boat like that she escapes in? What's in it? What has she got? Why? How does she feel? What does she feel about those things? Where's she going? How far away from the coast is she going? Does she know where she's going? All sorts of things that you could ask yourself, and just write a short 2, maybe 1, 2, 3 maximum paragraphs about her boat. Okay, that's if you're not going to do the activity that it suggests there. So now I'm going to read the extract to you. What's interesting about this extract, and they ask you to talk about this, is a combination of very short sentences. Now, we all often are asking you to write long sentences, and we've forgotten a little bit about the impact that a very short sentence has got. The first sentence in this opening is 2 words long. So think about what impact that has. What would it feel like if that was a longer sentence? Imagine you'd written that in class and we said to you, can't. That's just 2 words. Go away and think a little bit more about it and add maybe an adverb to it. And think about if you were to add adverbs to it and then read it, then would it have the same impact? Anyway, I'm going to read it to you now. Zoe ran, harder than she had ever run in her life. Her feet pounded through the deserted streets of derelict buildings. Somewhere, not far behind, she could hear the gang coming after her. It felt as if her heart would burst, but she didn't slow down. She'd been planning to leave the island for a long time, but had been putting it off. It was a big decision to set out to sea in a tiny rowing boat, and now she had no choice. Before, no one had bothered her. Zoe was a loner. Most of the people left on Norwich hung around together in groups, but she preferred to be on her own. It was safer that way because you never knew whom you could trust. Somehow, someone had found out about the boat she'd been hiding. A boat was an escape route, a way to get away from Norwich, which got smaller every year as the sea kept on rising. It didn't matter that there could only be room for 2 people at most on her boat. Others had joined in the chase. And now a mob of about 15 people was hot on her heels. There was only one way out, to get to her boat before they got to her. So good luck with this week's literacy. Really hope that you listen to it on his website, and we're both looking forward to seeing all your work. Take care. Bye bye.